Alright, now we're going to look at creating this into something sculptable, and then we're going to sculpt on it. So we're going to take all these pieces, combine them together. But if I have them combined, I will never be able to, well, manage them very well as far as sculpting. How about we mirror these two? So these will be combined. And the two teeth we're going to leave alone. So you have to kind of think of that and how we want to manage it. Because here we're going to sculpt on this part, but here we want to kind of leave these alone. And yeah, that's how I would do it. Now I want to scale them all up together. So I will group them together. And right now they're set to a scale of 1. Remember I said that having it to a scale of huge is a lot better. So let's go to 150. Then we're going to send it right on to Mudbox. There's a couple things like modify freeze transformation would be nice, and edit delete by type history. Getting rid of all that stuff. So nice clean geometry. Send to Mudbox, send as new scene. The history doesn't carry over, but if you keep bouncing back and forth between Mudbox, so I'm going to keep this mesh. It's basically complaining about UVs, but I'm not going to be using UVs at all. So with subdivision levels, I want to handle this a little bit different. There's options, and what I want to do is preserve hard edges. Okay. See how it didn't do it. And there's no going back from that, unfortunately. Like there's no undo. I don't know why they didn't think about that, but I always just bounce back. I meant to do that. Okay, so mesh, subdivision options, uncheck this one. Now, this is a total of all, so what you need to do is make sure that you hide some of these. Like, let's say I want to hide this one, hide that one, and this is the one I want to work on right now. So Shift D, you can get a true polygon count on just this one alone. I always found the yellow surface to be kind of annoying, so what I do there is I go like that, and I can still sculpt on the geometry. I'll put a layer mask down, so, or a layer. Perfect. So just doing a little test here of the sculpt. Making sure my size is a little bit bigger. Take off this weird stuff that I have. Now, I think there is a reset right there. There we go. Nice. Now I need that surface. So let's go into, it's like a little bit of chaos. Kind of like a stair stepper. Don't know if they have such an alpha in here. Now we can use stencils. That might work. Let's go with this. This or this. Now, let's say use tiles. And then we're going to zoom way out. So S on the keyboard. And we're going to go in here to symmetry, mirror X. Now if you notice here, my symmetry point is quite off. I could fix that. Now I'm just going to go to top. Kind of shuffle this over. Just like that. Again, check my reference. Usually I keep my reference on my other monitor, but you can't see that, so that would be unfair. Now I got some kind of like bump and then some stitch. Well, now I would have to make a straight line, and we all know that this is a rather tricky maneuver, but Q on the keyboard, I will go into create mesh, or no, create curve, straight line. Okay, then I'll just rotate the piece. There we go. Okay, for this I'm just going to test the water first. Yep, okay. A little bit stronger on that. Perfect. And what I'm going to do is move this line to about right here. Right click on it and say stroke on curve. Whoa. Right? Whoa. Better. There we go. 0.1. And I could do it again. There we go. Okay, let's do that to the other side. Good. Now we need a stitch. So I would say all I would have to do here is set my stamp spacing to be rather high, and I'll test it out. A little higher. And I could probably bite the bullet and do this myself. So if I'm going to do it myself, I have to go in here and choose the strength. So I'll go with 3. Remember, I'm thinking about tileability too, so turn off perspective, go to orthographic, and I'm going to go into this curve tools and erase curve. Get rid of that. Notice it functions a lot better now. So what I'm doing is over exaggerating these end caps, so when it does mirror over, that should help. Now you're never going to get this perfect the first time. I know I'm not going to be perfect the first time. Okay, so there we go. We now have a nice representation of the zipper. So in the next video, I'll show you how to use it.